This is a special edition of Inside Spaceflight, continuing a series we're doing this week in celebration of Air Force Week 2010, currently being hosted by Patrick Air Force Base in Florida. In this segment, we will go on a tour of Space Launch Complex 37. That is the Delta IV launch complex operated by United Launch Alliance. On this brief tour, Colonel Lee Rosen will discuss some of the Air Force's role in the Delta launch operations, and we will get a look at a Delta IV Heavy rocket currently standing on the launch pad, waiting for launch in November, as well as an up-close look at a Delta IV rocket being processed currently in the horizontal integration facility.
Last name Rosen, R-O-S-E-N. What's this? This is the Delta IV launch vehicle for the NRO, or National Reconnaissance Office, L-27 launch, which will happen in March of 2011.
They're getting it ready.
Yes, they're inside this horizontal integration facility. This is where they make the first and the second stages of the vehicle. From here, it rolls out in a horizontal position to the pad where it's lifted into the vertical position and prepared for launch and made of the satellite out on the launch pad itself.
Just one of the things you guys do here in the Air Force, two Air Force installations.
That's correct. So most of the Cape operation happens with the mission of launching the launch vehicle and controlling the range out here. So basically the Air Force presence out here, along with our contracted partners and NASA partners out here, preparing for all of the unmanned launch vehicles here at Cape Canaveral.
Can you tell us about the importance of Air Force Week here this week?
You bet. Air Force Week is a great opportunity to showcase the Air Force in its Fly, Fight, and Win mission here. A series of events will be happening this last week here in October, starting with our proclamation ceremony tomorrow at 4:30 at the Cocoa Beach Pier, where the Undersecretary of the Air Force, Heather Connaughton, will be signing the proclamation to start off Air Force Week. Air Force Week it's a great honor for Cocoa Beach to be chosen for Air Force Week. There are only two places in the country that get chosen every year. New York City is the other place, and the Space Coast in Central Florida was the second place this year. So a series of great events that are going to be happening, culminating with the air show that's happening this weekend at Cocoa Beach.
Why did Cocoa Beach get chosen? Is it some significance in what goes on here, or?
I think it's a great opportunity to showcase our contribution to the mission of the Air Force. All of the payloads that are launched from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station contribute directly to the war effort that is going on in the Central Command region. So the satellite that's launched here is a classified payload that will provide data to our warfighters, folks in harm's way, just as every global positioning system satellite that's ever been launched has been launched from here. Obviously providing precision timing navigation location for our folks on the ground and to put bombs on target in the theater.
What do you know if it's changed colors?
He's got changed colors.
Okay, go ahead.
Into the website.
Do you hope that people get a greater understanding of what the Air Force does through Air Force Week? It's sort of like a promotional.
No, I think it's a great opportunity to promote all the things that the Air Force does and have the general public really understand what the Air Force mission is and the Air Force's contribution to the overall global efforts that are going on not only from the war efforts that are going on, but from the humanitarian efforts as well that flights helps out with, such as the 920 rescue wing, the helicopters that we fly out today.
It's not just an air show, then?
Not just an air show, but just an opportunity to get the message of the Air Force out to the general public.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Colonel, can I grab you for a second?
Yeah. Delta IV medium launch vehicle. It's inside the horizontal integration facility. This is where our United Launch Alliance contractor partners mate the first stage and the second stage of the launch vehicle. It's done using a laser alignment system that bring the two stages together and transported out of this building in the horizontal position out to the pad, where it's lifted into the vertical by a fixed pad erector, and out there is where the satellite and its encapsulated payload are put onto the launch vehicle in preparation for the launch.
Earlier you were talking about thrust and you were comparing it to some of our military might.
Yeah.
Talk about...
Absolutely. So this launch vehicle that's out on the pad has three of these common booster cores that are tied together in preparation for launch. Each one of these common booster cores has approximately 700,000 pounds of thrust per. Standard fighter jet will have about 60,000 to 80,000 pounds of thrust. So 80,000 pounds of thrust, I think I said. And this one again close to 700,000 pounds of thrust during its operations.
I think it's important, everybody, we keep talking about the shuttle launch. I think it's important for people to know that launches are still taking place here on the Space Coast.
Absolutely. Last year we had several missions, unmanned missions that go from the Cape. That's only increasing now, especially with many of the commercial providers such as SpaceX that are out here. Their launch schedule is ramping up. Of course, they have the NASA commercial off-the-shelf mission and the space station resupply mission that they're doing. So as the space shuttle winds down, some other unmanned vehicles are starting to put in place, take its place. So the number of launches will actually start to increase over the coming years here on the Space Coast.
I think a lot of people may not realize that. I mean, you guys are in full force and full throttle.
Absolutely. Our mission for the Air Force here to put national security payloads into space is not slowing down. In fact, it's increasing here. We have a very, very healthy and robust launch manifest here over the next several years. The bow wave, if you will, that's coming that will take us a very long time to work off. These pads are operating at very close to full capacity, and we are truly excited about the future and the number of great launch missions that we have here from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station.
Talk about the Air Force's role here and the significance of Air Force Week.
Okay, the role of the Air Force here is to ensure the public safety and to ensure that these rockets get off and deliver their national security and civil payloads and commercial payloads into the proper orbit. The Air Force folks here from a total force perspective, both Air National Guard and active duty as well as civilians here doing that great Air Force mission. These payloads that we launch here into space provide everything from global positioning system satellites to reconnaissance capabilities, all the way through some of our national surveillance capabilities that we have as well. So direct contribution to the warfighter here happening from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station with the data that's provided by the satellites. It's not really about launching the rockets, it's really about launching missions that provide that great data to our warfighters and to commercial agencies all around the world.
Lastly, people talk about shuttle. They talk about it's a little more glamorous, but still, these are essential things taking place out here. Even if it is a GPS satellite, people don't see it, but it's a fact.
Yeah, absolutely. People say, I don't really care about those satellites. I just want my little GPS box that's sitting on top of my car dash. Well, it takes a constellation of 30 plus satellites in order to make that happen, all of which are launched here from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. So a lot of direct contributions, and it's a great opportunity to have folks out here for Air Force Week to showcase that great mission that we have, as well as the flying mission, of course, of the Air Force, which our mission of Fly, Fight, and Win is certainly going on, and we're reminded of that. There are always over 100 Air Force members deployed in theater from Patrick Air Force Base and Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, fighting the fight over in the CENTCOM area of operation on a day-to-day basis. So we always like to remember them. And Air Force Week gives us an opportunity to highlight this great mission. Starting out with a great event tomorrow at the Cocoa Beach Pier, and we'll have the Undersecretary of the Air Force, Ms. Heather Connaughton, out here to sign the proclamation ceremony, and then culminating at the end of the week with a performance by the Air Force Thunderbirds and a great week of other events that are happening. I get to be the Grand Marshal at the Disney World Parade tomorrow as well, so really all of Central Florida is really being highlighted throughout here, and having an understanding so the general public really knows the contribution that the Air Force is making to the nation here.
Make sure you say hi to Mickey for us.
I certainly will.
I don't know if you guys
I'll
got
be the one in blue.
Okay, good. Just not one of yours. Just for the tape, your name, rank, sir, and who you're with.
I'm Colonel Lee Rosen. I'm the commander of the 45th Launch Group at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station.
Great. Thanks.